outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2 with but one more inning to play. Then when Clooney died at first and Burroughs did the same, a sickly silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to that hope that springs eternal in the human breast. They thought if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did also Jimmy Blake. The former was a Lulu and the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim melancholy set, there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and the men saw what had occurred, that was Blake safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. And then from 5,000 throats or more, there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled in the valley, it rattled in the dale. It knocked upon the mountain and recoiled upon the flats, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner when he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile on Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat, no stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes was on him when he rubbed his hand with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped him on his shirt. And when the lightning pitcher grind the ball into his hip, defiance gleamed in Casey's eyes, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered spear came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in hearty grandeur there. Close by the strawy batsman, the ball unheaved sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. Then from the benches black with people, there rose a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm wave on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire, shouted someone from the stand, and it's likely they would have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the look of Christian charity, great Casey's vigil shone. He stilled the rising turmoil. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the spear flew, and Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said strike two. Fraud, cried the maddening thousand, and echoed answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey, and the multitude was awed. They saw his face grow cold and stern. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone by Casey's lip. His teeth is clenched in hate. Pounds with cruel violence is bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. The mighty Casey just struck out.